Alright, we're now on to segment number 7, in which we're going to head to the DOS and play Jeopardy featuring Alex Trebek. Let's see if we can win a bundle this game. We'll do expert, new, use the space bar to buzz in. Yeah, let's use him. Take on Heidi and Pauline.
Hi everyone and welcome to Jeopardy.
And let's play Jeopardy featuring Alex Trebek. See if we can win a bundle this game.
Here we go, round 1. One daily double will appear on the board in these categories.
We're dealing with country music, 18th century America, astronomy, literature, history, and finally, starts with the letter W. Alright, and I get to start the round. We'll go with astronomy for 100. Common name of the Aurora Borealis. What are the Northern Lights?
You are correct.
Astronomy for 200. And we have our first bit of cash. Since ancient Greece, their brightness has been measured in magnitude. What are stars?
You are correct.
Astronomy for 300. His book, Sidrus Nuncius on telescope use, was a bestseller in 1610. Who is Galileo?
You are correct.
Astronomy for 400. The Perseids of August and the Taurids of November are showers of these. What are meteors?
Right.
Astronomy for 500, please. And we're at $1,000 right now, as I continue to pile up the cash. During this, irregularities of the moon's edge cause what are called Bailey's beans. Pauline. It's a solar eclipse.
Yes.
So now Pauline has her first bit of money, and she gets to make the next selection as we continue. '18th century America 100. Congress authorized the selection of this city's site on July 16th, 1790. Pauline. Nope.
No.
That's $100 going straight to Whammy Incorporated. Well, this is the first time we hear from Heidi this game. Let's see if she has an answer. Washington,
You are
D.C.
correct.
Yep. It's country music for 100. Born Seth Ward, he's famed for pork sausage and Big John. Who is Jimmy Dean?
That's it.
Country music for 200. Radio program whose original name was the WSM Barn Dance. What is the Grand Ole Opry?
That's it.
Let's have country music for 300, please. Part of the film Urban Cowboy was set in this singer's Texas nightclub. Who is Mickey Gilley?
Yes.
I'll take country music for 400. We're at $1,600 right now in cash. Type of music that's named after Bill Monroe's band. Not quite sure about this one, so I'll give it to Heidi. Let's see if she knows. Bluegrass, I think that's right.
Yes.
So now Heidi goes up to $500, takes second place, and she gets to make the next selection as we continue. Country music for 500. He was known as the Texas Troubadour. Not sure about this one. Let's see if Heidi's sure about this one. Ernest Tubb?
Right.
Yeah. It's the one. That's good for 500. You're up to $1,000, Heidi. And you get to make the next selection. Literature for 100. The novel that features Big Brother, who's watching you. What is 1984?
You are correct.
Literature for 200. Peg-legged pirate in Treasure Island. Who is Long John Silver?
Yes.
Literature for 300. Of bacon, hog, or lamb, the one who wrote a dissertation upon roast pig. Who is Lamb?
That's it.
Literature for 400. We're over $2,000 now. We have 2,200, and I will go with literature for 400, as I just mentioned a little bit ago. Shakespearean comedy whose original title was said to be The History of Error. What is a comedy of errors?
Yes.
Literature for 500, please. Its sequels were Men Against the Sea and Pitcairn's Island. What is Mutiny on the Bounty?
Yes.
I almost misspelled bounty there, but I corrected myself, and I ran the literature category. We're at $3,100. I'm going to go with 18th century America for 200. Even with tax, this beverage when imported from England was cheaper than that smuggled from Holland. What is tea?
Yes.
18th century America for 300, please. Daily double.
The answer there is double.
3,300. How much of that do I want to put at risk? 700. Okay. Here's the clue in 18th century America. Ben Franklin began publishing this the year George Washington was born. What was Poor Richard's Almanac?
Right.
Booyah! 18th century America for 400. In 1792, on his way to China, American Robert Gray named this Northwest River for a ship. The Columbia River?
That's it.
Yeah, the Columbia River in the northwestern part of the United States. Okay. 18th century America for 500. This neighbor, originally annexed as a county of Virginia, became a state itself in 1792. What is Maryland?
No.
It's not Maryland? Huh. Well, let's find out just which state it was. Is it what I think it is? Nope. Sorry, Pauline.
No, sorry, that is wrong.
So you're gonna lose $500, and you're now you're down to 300. Whammy Inc. is up to 1,100 this segment. Heidi, do you have an answer? Kentucky.
You are correct.
It's Kentucky! I thought, for some reason, I was thinking Delaware after Maryland, but I was wrong. That's okay. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to go on to the next clue. Starts with W for 100. In professional boxing, it's the classification of a boxer whose weight is 136 to 147 pounds. What is a welterweight?
Right.
Starts with W for 200. Warp, weft, and woof are terms used in this process. What is weaving?
You are correct.
Starts with W for 300. While skiers think snow, river rafters think this. What is white water?
Right.
Starts with W for 400. Business lunches, interest, charges, and alimony, for example. What are wages?
No.
Not wages? Huh. Well, son of a biscuit. Son of a buttermilk biscuit. Write-offs.
Yes.
Oh, alright. This 20th century newspaperman is credited with making the gossip column a regular feature in newspapers. Who is... Trying to remember, 20th century newspaperman. Who was it?
No.
Drawing a blank. I don't know. So that's another $500 going to Whammy Incorporated, which is now up to $2,000. Heidi. Walter Winchell?
Right.
Ah. Well, I'll say it once again. Son of a buttermilk biscuit. History for 100. In 1502, he made his fourth and final voyage to the New World. Who is Christopher Columbus?
You are correct.
200, please. In 1997, ownership of this British colony reverts to China. What is Hong Kong?
Yes.
300, please. After 35 ballots, the House broke an electoral tie to make him president in 1801. Who is Thomas Jefferson?
You are correct.
400. She did a hatchet job on bars and saloons in 1900. Who is Carrie Nation?
That's it.
Now the last clue. This settlement was established by Antoine Cadillac on July 4th, 1701. What is Detroit?
Yes.
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I have $4,700, Heidi $2,400, Pauline $300, so Pauline goes first in Double Jeopardy.
The double Jeopardy round. So here we go.
Let's play.
2 daily doubles to help you in one of these categories.
We have presidents, sports, notorious, saints, people, and finally, islands. Okay. I'll leave the categories as they are. And Pauline gets to make the first selection, since she's in last place with $300. Islands for 200. New York's boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens are on this island. What is Staten Island?
No.
Ugh. I always get that clue wrong. Pauline. Long Island.
You are correct.
Islands 400. There are actually over 1,700 in this St. Lawrence River group. What are the 1,000 islands?
That's it.
Islands for 600, please. State named after a Greek island. What is Rhode Island?
Yes.
Islands 800. In the late 50s, China shelled the islands of Quemoy and Matsu, which belong to this country. What is Taiwan?
Yes.
Islands for 1,000. Animal for which the Canary Islands are named. What is a dog?
You are correct.
There we go. We're up to $7,300. Despite getting the first clue wrong about Long Island, but it's okay. What category do I want now? How about notorious for 200, please? Fairy tale animal usually referred to as big and bad. What's a wolf?
Right.
Notorious for 400. Nosferatu, Dracula, and Barnabas. What are vampires?
No.
Oh, not vampies. I meant to put vampires. Ugh. Doggone it. That's $400 gone to Whammy Incorporated, all because of a typo. Well, let's see if Pauline gets it right. Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot the R, and that's what it cost me. Oh well. That's okay, that's okay. Go to the next clue. Presidents for 200. Only president to survive a bullet wound inflicted while in office. Pauline. Nope.
No.
That is incorrect. Heidi. Nope.
No.
So each lost $200 to Whammy Incorporated. So right now they're profiting $3,000. Whammy Inc. is anyway.
The correct response?
Oh, it's Ronald Reagan. I was thinking him for some reason, but I wasn't 100% sure. Pauline, President's 400. He supposedly said, "We know God prefers common-looking people because he made so many." Pauline. Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
Yep. President 600. May none but honest and wise men ever rule under this roof, said this first occupant of the White House. Pauline. No.
No.
3,600 going to Whammy Incorporated at this point because they profited another $600. John Adams.
That's it.
Nickname of the dragster Don Arlitz. What is Big Daddy?
That's it.
Sports for 400. As I try to continue piling up the money. In 1916, Georgia Tech beat Cumberland College 222 to nothing in this sport. What is football?
That's it.
Sports Sports for 600. Daily double.
The answer there is daily double.
I'm feeling pretty good about this one, so we're going to make it a true daily double. Here's the clue in sports. A hackle is a long, narrow neck feather, usually from a cock, used by fishermen to make these. What are flies?
Right.
Yes. Let's have sports for 800, please. Now in the five figures at over $15,000. After losing 737 games in just 7 years, they won the 1969 World Series. Who are the New York Mets?
Yes.
Sports for 1,000. Diving position where diver stays bent at hips with legs held straight and grasps the back of the knees. Heidi. The pike. Yep.
Right.
He gave all his government salary to charity, having earned millions as a mining engineer. Herbert Hoover.
That's it. The answer there is daily double.
$930. Here's the clue. 20th century president whose actual first name was Thomas. Woodrow Wilson. Yep.
Right.
You're up to $2,230, Pauline, and you get to make the next selection as we continue. Saints for 200. This large Midwestern city is named for a greatly admired saint and king of France. What is St. Louis?
Yes.
Saints for 400. Legendary dragon slayer and rescuer of damsels in distress. He's the patron saint of England. Who is St. George?
Right.
Saints for 600, please. We sing a song about this king and patron saint of Czechoslovakia at Christmas time. Who is good King Wenceslas?
That's it.
Oh, they took it. Yeah, that's right. Let's have Saints for 800, please. Lord Chancellor of England in the 16th century. He didn't attain sainthood until 1935. Who is Thomas More?
Right.
And Saints for 1,000. Two of the saints with this name were from Thebes, Egypt, and Padua, Italy. What is Anthony?
Yes.
Let's have Notorious for 600, please. Manuel Noriega, indicted in the U.S. on numerous charges, was once the dictator of this Latin country. What is Cuba?
No.
Not Cuba. Oop. So we're giving up $600 to Whammy Incorporated. They're now profiting $4,200. Let's see if Heidi knows, or no, Pauline buzzed in. I'm sorry. Let's see if Pauline knows this any better than I do. Panama? I think that's right.
You are correct.
It is indeed Panama. All right, go to the next clue. He shot the man who shot JFK. Pauline. It was Jack Ruby.
Right.
Yep. The accused in this city's trials included von Ribbentrop, Goring, and Hess. Pauline. Nuremberg.
Right.
At 14, his magic show paid him $3. Later, he made millions on Tonight. It was Johnny Carson.
Right.
400. His last regular newscast was on Friday, March 6, 1981. Who was Walter Cronkite?
You are correct.
600. Looking too much like Haley Mills cut short this composer's acting career. Pauline. Paul Williams?
Right.
Yep. His obituary appeared in the New York Times 7 years after he disappeared. Who is Jimmy Hoffa?
Right.
Now the last clue. $20,000 I have right now. Discovered by Bob Hope in 1949, this ballad king soon went from rags to riches. Tony Bennett.
Right. Here is today's final Jeopardy category.
Transportation. I'll go $5,000.
Final Jeopardy answer.
Robert E. Lee and Natchez ran a famous steamboat race from the Gulf of Mexico to this city. What is San Francisco?
What did you put down as your response?
San Francisco.
No.
It's not?
And your wager was?
5,000, so I dropped 15 grand.
What did you put down as your response?
Chungking, no.
No. And your wager was?
$2,730.
What did you put down as your response?
St. Louis.
Yes.
It was St. Louis, okay.
And your wager was?
4,980, giving you 11,210, but it doesn't matter because I still win with $15,000. That's not bad. Well, Whammy Inc. profits 11,930, and I'll see you all for that next segment right after this. We'll be right back, folks.